Well, good morning, fellow zombies. Are we still waking up at this point? Yeah, it's only 6:32 in the morning, West Coast time, for the 2nd of January, 2026. It is Friday. Yay. And everything else going hell in a handbasket. Okay, personal, before I get to the other business stuff. I'm ready. I'm not really ready, but I have to go anyway today. Get it done, get it over with, get the foot looked at, and see if I'm going into the hospital or not. If I'm not, load me up with a lot of antibiotics. Let me chew them down. Chew, chew, chew. I know a medical establishment is going to try to save my ass. As much as I don't like going through this situation in the first place, but I got no choice. I took a shower this morning, so had to get it cleaned off and everything else cleaned off. So already, about a half hour, or actually about a short time from now, dial a ride to the bus and then bus over to the station and urgent care. Meanwhile, last night and early this morning, I've been using up a lot of materials to add obstacles that keeps Ma away from things that she doesn't need to get into and get her head trapped into. It scares the hell out of me that that's going to happen. I'm taking this half hour just to get some stuff recorded. Then I'm getting back into it, and about 8 o'clock, that'll be it. Go outside and wait. And then listen to her freak out and have a nice condition fit all damn day. And I'll have her food, I'll have her water. Of course, her water will be splotched all over the place and everything else. But I got an hour, or hour and a half. So I'm doing the best I can right now. Okay, so what everybody else is going through, I heard stories concerning about Iran, of having protests left and right, coming up on 5 days. Somewhere there was someone dead. Doesn't matter which side, there was someone killed in the process. Everyone's doing the finger pointing at each other over there. And it was reported also that Donald Trump, in the middle of the night, actually a few hours ago from this time zone, decided to write something ridiculous. And he did. He doesn't like the protests. He wants to jump into it. Guns blazing. I don't know what the hell's going on with this guy's head. I really seriously do not. Because I seriously think he has lost his mind a long time ago. We are now waking up to that fact that this guy has a real problem with logic. Yes, Iran is having issues. Are we going to be jumping into their civil war? He kept promising that he was going to be an anti-war president, and yet he's seeking it out constantly. And because of all that claims he made about solving this and solving that, and the Nobel Peace Prize Committee did not award him one. And he was pissed. So he retaliates like a toddler brain. He thumps and screams his head off. Okay, they're going to be sorry. They're going to be sorry. They're going to be sorry. He says it indirectly, that his actions are doing that. And through the Department of Justice and Chief of Staff and the Department of Defense. Sorry, I don't recognize it as Department of War. Department of Defense. Trump wants confrontation. And then he's going to try to find a way to get sue the competition, and tell the Nobel community, probably, look what I did! Aren't you proud of me? I want my award. Someone made him a fake award, and he was happy with it because somebody paid fealty to him. A legitimate community that was created a long time ago in the hopes that people would seek out peace instead of war. The same guy who created, for the United States of America, dynamite. He saw the destructive capability and nature of it and how it's being used. And he didn't want his profits to go into harming people. That's why he created the Nobel Peace Prize. But Trump seeks ego any which way he can, any form, to tell people that he's important. How dare you? I hate to tell this asshole, but he's not so much important. No, he isn't. But he's trying to be. He's trying to be. I don't know what's going on with this guy. The reporters are focusing on other things such as his hands and his current health condition, and he keeps telling them, I'm in great health condition, I'm in great health, I'm in great health. Is he? And taking care of an elderly aunt. I'd never seen one of her hands turn gray before. Or at least a spot on here turning gray. So I know there's something biologically wrong, even if you are getting old. To have an area turn that color, there's something wrong. So he was taken for decades, an aspirin regime. Well above, because he wants to have thin blood. He could have been talking to his doctors about blood thinners, but if doctors would have recommended him to have blood thinners, he would have been on it, but he isn't. So he thinks that destroying his body one way or another with a hell of a lot of aspirin regime on it. You know, I remember that the doctors for decades had recommended baby aspirin. Little tiny doses that people would take. And then there was still controversy regarding this. He's taken full aspirins. Adult. I don't even do that for me. I don't take aspirin. I take Tylenol. If I have to take Motrin, I'll take Motrin. I'll take NSAIDs. But here's the thing concerning about my medicine. If I am in that much deep distress, sometimes two will knock out the pain a little bit, but it takes a hell of a long time. If I want to knock down instantly, I'm taking 2.5 times. Let's see. Tylenol recommends 2 tabs. Okay, so I take 2 tabs, 250 mil. But then half of one of the tabs. It's like 3, but then take out the half. So I'm taking 750. Am I taking 50? Or 6 or 650, something like that. Because I need it. I need it. And about 3 hours later, I'm feeling a little bit better. Because I put in that much strength into it. But here's the thing with me with the medication regime. What regime? I don't do it. I take as needed. If I got the pain and that pain's driving me crazy for a long while, I'm taking the pills. But I don't take it on a constant regime. I haven't had any problems concerning about my blood pressure, but then again, I haven't tested my blood pressure yet. I do have to make a consistent record of taking both pulse ox and BP just to see where my health is at that in a day or a few hours. I know by the time I get over to the doctor's office, my blood pressure is going to go skyrocketing. As I said before on many of my videos, I have a fear factor. I have PTSD from these guys since the age of 4. There's nothing about white lab coat syndrome. This, all throughout my life, was qualifying as developing into PTSD. I just didn't see it back then for kids. They wanted kids to grow up tough. Ignore the pain, ignore the mental anguish, stress, and everything else that's happened to them. Ignore the pain as we give you the stitches. And as we give you more shots, and so shots in the ass. Yeah, shooting my ass up. It's been too damn long since I had tet. And I ain't getting it. Tetanus shot, actually. I got shot in the ass and that was it. I'm not doing it again. Sticking to somebody else's ass, not mine. But it goes great in your butt. Like you. Low shot, maybe. I hang around sick people, but around here I don't know about them. So, maybe a good precaution. COVID came around, yeah, I got the shot. I even documented it too. When I got the shot and when I was not looking at it. Both times. So it's on record out there. But I don't like it. My blood pressure was already going crazy anyway. I had to tell the lab tech. The first guy does it, I didn't even feel it. Well, felt the pressure, but that's about it. Not the sting. Not the sting. The breaking of the skin. I could not stand a tear of the skin like that. For some people, oh, just get through it. You're being a big baby about it. You're damn straight I'm a big baby about the damn shit. I am a big baby. Full an idiot. But eventually I know I'm going to be running into a major medical condition. And I'm going to have to get past the preconceptions and the PTSD and everything else I've got going on here just to deal with it. I've been doing things I should not have been doing. And it sucks. Because they're going to recommend that I drink decaffeinated. Well, eventually. I'll switch to green tea. I tasted green tea. What the hell is this shit? Where's the caffeine? I taste the chamomile. Okay, I can deal with that. I can taste Earl Grey. Earl Grey's black tea. There's caffeine in it, but no. Mixture with chamomile, and I'm like, oh, smooth sailing. Lemon and ginger I got for tea. As long as I don't mix it in with anything else, add a little bit of sweetener to it, then it's fine. Ginger for the stomach. Got regular black tea. Been a tea drinker all my life. So, medical conditions at this point over here, politics. Whether or not we're going to be getting through 2026, I don't know. You think the Zelensky and Putin thing are going to be continuing this dance they've got going on? Still throwing rockets at each other and still blaming each other and, well, I'm ready for peace. Oh, here comes the missile at you. No matter which side it says. Ukraine's still fighting for its life and its existence. And Putin just wants to fight because he's a bully. Like Trump. Trump wants the companies to come in and get oil out of Venezuela. That's oil! That's oil! Ah! No, it's Venezuela's oil. But yes, a long time ago, we did have our oil companies out there taking some private land of Venezuela so they can make the profits. They got kicked out. Trump wants them back in there. He wants the votes. He wants the votes from the billionaires and the oil companies. So he's willing to wage war. He's throwing American lives. If I'm not mistaken, what was it, a few days ago they reported that we actually had a group of CIA operatives held hostage by the Venezuelans as they were trying to do their ground-based attack. Screwed things up on that one. Did I see the Terminal Rosas parade? Yeah, a lot of sleep over it too. I fell asleep through the prelims. And watched the whole thing, really. And then watched the repeats to a point where I came in the first time I was watching it. I was reading some of the remarks online, and they were pretty disappointed. Yeah. I mean, they got some good creativity going on, don't they? But they said it was not enough floats and not enough bands. Depressing times. What they want. Back from the old days? Didn't think so. They were lucky enough they had Japan coming over. And they played American tunes. They should have been happy about that one. Of course, Star Trek celebrated its 60th year. The Trekkies celebrated something. They celebrated a transporter trick. I could have sworn there was a different person that kept bouncing from place to place. One side of the parade couldn't see the transporter effect. You know what kind of reminded me of? The old Star Trek place set I used to have a long time ago, the bridge. And it had a transporter. Wonderful thing about the spinning thing is if you happen to put the decals in one particular way, it may look like the transporter. Put it into a different form or function, it may not be the transporter. Well, it's just you put your Miko doll in there, they're all about this high, and you shove them in a container, and you spin the thing around, and you hit one button. My God, he's there still. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay. So hit the other button. He's not there! And then the side door on the opposite end of the playset. He's out, Jim! That's Jim. Oh, okay. Anyway. Yeah, I had fun playing with it and mutilating it too. I was a kid and mutilated my toys. I didn't see them for the collector's worth. I see them for play and destruction. It's not like I was like a kid in Toy Story movie, the one where you wanted to mutilate people and then destroy them and blow them up and be very destructive. Nah. Costume design changes. I won't go any further on that one. But that's what's happening right now. So we'll see how today goes, guys. And we'll see if she survives. I hope to God she does. I did all I could. Except for calling the extra help coming in. Which is those guys wanting more money. They happen to see this particular place. Can I still barely afford it now? I think so. We'll see what happens. That being said.